I know you all mentioned it. Okay. What'd you say? Emma ratted yours. Okay. What you do is you go to page 18, Liam. No, and the log tables. You just have you Byro? Yeah. Page 18 of the log tables is where, for coordinate geometry and circle, nearly everything is on this page here for you. Okay. So how do we find the distance between 2 points? Okay. Do you know what them 2 points would look like on a diagram, Sinead? So if I was to put these on a diagram, let me just draw a crappy little picture here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have you all seen this before? Yeah. Do you ever see this, Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, let me draw the first point, 1, 4. Okay, so 1, 4. It means you always do the x's first. So so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you do is you go out to 1, and up to 4. So out to here, and all the up to 4. That's where 1, 4 will be. The next one will be 6 and 8. So you go out to 6, and up as far as 8. So that will be 6, 8. You always do the x one first. You know what I mean? What we're looking for here is the distance between 1, 4 and 6, 8. So really, Liam, what we're looking for, and Sinead and Emma, what we're looking for is the distance between here and here. Now the only thing is you can't use a ruler because you won't get a right answer. So all you do is use this formula, and it's this one. And it even tells you it's the length of or distance. And you just write it out. So we write it out as x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared. Okay? You label your points. We'll call this one x1, y1. This fella x2, y2. Okay? Sub in for x2 minus x1, which is 6 minus 1, plus, to be squared, plus where's y2 is 8 minus y1, which is 4 to be squared. Are you with me so far? If you want to write in, work out in the brackets first. So it's 6 minus 1 is 5 to be squared, plus 8 minus 4 is 4 to be squared. And then 5 squared, Liam, is what? 25, plus 4 squared is 16. Add them together, and you get square root of 41. Now I'd leave my answer like that. Leave it in. What's the fancy name for this? Start one. Yeah. Any question on that? On the distance? You sure? Next one. Here's just something you might have to do. Show that W 0, 0 x 1 root 3 plus y 2 0 is an equilateral triangle. What's an equilateral triangle? Okay, first of all, what the hell does this W, x and y mean? Does that mean I multiply? Does it mean... Yeah, it just means they're called the points. So what they're saying here, Liam, is 0, 0 is called the point W. 1 root 3 is called the point x. 2, 0, Sinead, is just called the point y. Okay. So what's an equilateral triangle? All the sides are equal, okay? So how would I do this? Well, if I want to draw a quick picture, it might look something like this. Just pretend that's my W, X, and Y. How would I prove that's a right angle? Sorry, not right angle. How would I prove that's equilateral, Liam?
Measure all the sides.
Measure all the sides. We can't use a ruler, can we? No, so how do we actually do it? How would we find the distance without a ruler? Yeah, we have to go find the distance of WX, which is from there to there, get an answer. Find W, and what formula am I using? Distance formula. Where do I find it if I don't know it? Yeah, what page? 18, yeah, okay. Find WY, which is from there to there, find the distance, which is 2, and then XY, which is, and they should all be 2, and that's how we prove an equilateral triangle. Do you want me to go through that slowly, or are you okay with it? Are you all okay with it? You sure? Okay. Midpoint. Do you know what the midpoint is? Sinead? You can barely guess.
The halfway.
Yeah, the midpoint. It's actually the midpoint. Yeah, stupid question. Sorry. So midpoint, Liam. What is it? It's finding where the line is in. Finding the middle part of a line. Okay. How do you find the midpoint of something? Can you measure it with the ruler? No. We go to this fella here, and there's a formula called midpoint. Yeah. That's the formula: x1 plus x2 dash all over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. All you do here again is label your points: x1, y1, x2, y2. Midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 all over 2 dash y1 plus y2 all over 2, and you get 3 and 7 over 2. You okay with that? You sure? Can I move on? Sorry, no, I'm rushing. I have a lot to cover. Okay, here we have the midpoint of A is minus 2y, B is x11. Oh, sorry, midpoint of A minus 2x, minus 2y, B x dash 11 is minus 1, 3. Find x and y. Okay, any ideas how to do this? Emma? No? Sinead? Liam? Okay, midpoint. Okay, if I haven't a clue, I'm talking about the midpoint, so I'm just going to go straight for this fella here, which is that fella, okay? Sorry, I should be more clear on that. So what do I know in this? I know the midpoint is what? I know minus 1, 3. So really, this is my answer. You with me? So if I go back to here, I worked from the top and found my answer. In this one, I have my answer and I have to work back the way. Do you see the difference in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I should work back the way, okay? So all I do is call this one. So all I'm doing here is, here's my, I write out the formula. I should have wrote out the formula. I should always write out the formula. x1 plus x2, sorry, it should be x2. x1 plus x2 all over 2 dash y1 plus y2 all over 2. I should always write out that. Okay? So here, and then all I do is sub in these points, minus 2. I'll stick in minus 2 for x1. Okay, I stuck in x2 first. It doesn't matter here in this case. So what I did here was x2 plus x1. Then I did y2 plus y1. See where they came from? x2 came from where, Liam? Here, which was what? X. Plus is the next thing in the formula. If you look at the log tables, it's plus. Then x1, which was what, Emma? Minus 2, all over 2. Then I go to this one, y2, which was what? Sinead, sorry. 11. Plus y1, Liam, which is what? It's just y. We work that out. Okay, let's tidy this up a little bit. So do you see this? Do you see here? See all this? This is an x. This will work out as x. This will work out as 1x, which is equal to, all that should be equal to this part. Do you see that? So what I do is I let this fella here on the left equal to this part here on the right. So I did x minus 2 all over 2 is equal to minus 1. Are you all okay how I got to this line? What I did here was I multiplied both sides by 2. And what happened then? 2's cancelled. And I'm left with whatever left here is x minus 2. Are you all okay with that? Liam? Yeah, x minus 2 is equal to 2 by minus 1. Liam's what? Minus 2. X is equal to minus 2 plus 2. X is equal to 0. So I found what x was. What do I have to find now, do you think, Emma? Y. We do the exact same thing for y. We let this fella in green equal to this fella in green, which is 11 plus y over 2 equal to 3. Go on to a new page, which is y plus 11 is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6 minus 11. Y is equal to 5. Are you all okay with that?
Yeah.
You sure? Liam? Yeah. Sinead?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move on to the slope. A few ways to think about the slope. I don't know what way you do it. Do you call it rise over run? Did you ever hear that? Yeah. Okay, rise is the vertical difference, and then run is the horizontal difference. or y is equal to. I don't really like this thing here, rise over run. I think it's easier. Anytime I think of slope, I just think it's easy to go to this formula here. Slope. M is equal to M stands for slope. If you want to write that in, I don't know how it's called slope. Must be some Latin thing. I don't know. M is equal to slope. So how would I find slope with these 2 points here in? Yeah, use the slope formula. Yeah. So you call x1 y1 x2 y2. Sinead, you okay with this?
Yeah.
Thing to be careful here is writing NB beside this, because this is where you might make a mistake. It's always minus. Okay? So what I would do is put your x1, your x2 in a bracket like that, and I will put your y1 in a bracket like that, and I put your x2 in a bracket, and an x1 in a bracket. The reason I said to be careful there is because if I have a minus in here, Sinead, a minus by minus will give me a plus. You okay with that, Liam? Just be careful on that. Right, so I have my 2 points. Let's find the slope. So I sub in y2, which is 2 minus 1. Sorry, 2 minus y1, which is 2 minus 3, all over x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is 3. It's always x2, well, this is the formula, sorry, just look at the formula if you're stuck. So 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1, 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2, minus divided by minus is equal to half. Any questions on the slope? No? Okay, question here. Show that these are the vertices of a parallelogram. Okay, do you know anything about a parallelogram?
Two sides the same.
Two sides the same, yeah. Okay, in a parallelogram, the slopes of these lines, actually, see this line, WX, the slope of that one, and the slope of that fella down there, the slopes of them will be the same. So what you have to do is, for this one, find the slope of WX, find the slope of ZY, and they should be the same. Find this, see this one? XY, the slope of XY, and the slope of WZ should be the same. And it's only if this equal to this, and this equal to this, then it's a parallelogram. Are you all okay with that? Do you mind if I skip? Are you all okay with getting the slope of that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's all there anyway for you. Okay, equation of a line. How are you with the equation of the line? How are you with that? Yeah, I'll go over it now. Equation of the line. Again, if I don't know anything in the exam, I'll always look at these for a reminder. See this? Where are we? Equation of the line. Equation of PQ. That's just equation of the line. That's equal to that. You okay with that? So here, in this, M is equal to, M stands for the slope, and C stands for the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? Sinead?
Where y intersects the x-axis.
No, it's just where the line. You're almost there. Where the line. That will be the y-intercept for this one will be there. It's wherever it crosses the y-axis. An x-intercept is just where it crosses the x-axis. Intercept just means where it crosses. But yeah, you're getting to that point, Sinead. How do I find a y-intercept? Emma.
Let x equal 0.
Yeah. How do I find an x-intercept, Liam? Yeah, it's just the opposite.
Yeah.
If it's x, if it's y, let x equal 0. If it's x, let y equal 0. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, how to find the equation of the line? This is the formula for the equation of a line. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. We need two things for the equation of a line. We always need two things. What do we need? We need a slope and we need a point. Okay? Two things. We need a slope because we need to sub something in for m, and we need a point, something for x1 and y1. Okay? So find the equation of the line that contains 4, 3 and 3 minus 4. This is just an example. Do I have a slope? Okay, what two things do I need for the equation of the line, Liam? Should I just say?
Slope and one.
Slope and point. Do I have a point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is the point?
4, 3 and 3 minus.
Yeah, I only need one of them, so we just pick one. So I do have one, yeah? Do I have a slope?
No.
Can I find a slope?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Slope flow.
You do the, yeah, exactly, yeah. You okay with that, Sinead?
Yeah.
Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the slope, do the slope formula. And I sub them in and I get m is equal to 7. Sub in for the slope. I bring all to one side. Have any questions on that? Okay, so when I pick my point, I pick 4, 3 and I call that fella x1, that fella y1. Are you with me? Then it was, so this is where it's y minus y1 equals which was 7, times x minus x1, which is 4. And then I work it out. Your slope or your equation of line will have x's and y's in it. And it's up to you whatever way you write it. I just prefer writing everything on one side and having x as positive. It's completely up to you. Sinead, you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Emma?
Yeah.
Liam?
Yeah, fine.
Sure? Okay. How do you find where two lines intersect, Emma? No. Liam? Sinead? What we have to do is... Okay, do you know what I mean by intersect, first of all? So let's say here's my graph. Here's one line. Here's another. Where does they intersect? That point there. That's what... You all get what intersect means?
Yeah.
There's one way you could do... If you were given a picture in the exam, Emma, you could look at... If it said, using the graph, find where they intersect, you'd go here, and you'd write down the point, whatever that is. Using algebra, though, all we have to do is... We have to do a simultaneous equation. Okay? So to find where lines intersect... Yeah. You write this down. We need the equation of the two lines. Okay, we need the equation to both lines. If we don't have an equation, Liam, what do you think we have to do?
Fine.
Yeah, stupid question, sorry. We have to go find it. How would we find it? Well, the question will give you some information, and we'd go back to this fella here to find the equation of the line in the end. So they might give you 2 points, Sinead, like this, and they said find where this line intersects something else. We don't have an equation of line here, do we? No. Can we find it?
Yeah.
How? With the equation of the line formula. Where do I find that formula? In the log table. Yeah. I need 2 things for a line, Sinead. What do I need? I need the equation of the line, sorry. I need a point and I need a slope. Okay. So, here I have 2 equations of the line. Here's one fella, here's the second one. Do you all remember how to do simultaneous equations? Okay, well first of all, to do a simultaneous equation, I want to get the x and y on one side and the numbers on the other. Do you know what I mean by that, Liam? Yeah, so here I have x minus y plus 4. I want to bring that 4 across and he'll become a minus 4. You okay with that? So when you swap over, you change the sign. You with me, Liam?
Yeah.
You sure? When I swap over this minus 8, it becomes a plus 8, yeah? And now there's one equation, there's the second equation. So I suppose if you want to just write in there, rewrite, let me write that in here. Get x and y on its own. On one side, numbers on the other. Okay with that? You okay with that, Sinead?
Yeah.
Get x and y on one side and numbers on the other side. Right, how would I do a simultaneous equation? Emma, you tell me.
You have to get one of the x, or one of x or y the same.
Yeah, so we either have to get these two numbers the same, Sinead. Sorry, these two numbers the same, or Liam, these two numbers the same. Okay, whichever one is easier. I'm just going to get the y's the same here, okay? So what do I have to multiply by the top row to get a 2 in front of the y? Sinead? Do you know what I, sorry, do you understand what I asked there?
Yeah.
Okay.
2.
2. Would you agree, Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I multiply the top line by 2. Do I do anything to the bottom line? Well, I also want to get them to cancel. Right, so let's not worry about that. So let me scribble out that -1 for a moment. Don't like that. So I don't change the bottom line at all, do I? Okay, so 2 by x equals 2x, 2 by minus y is 2 minus 2y, 2 by minus 4 is minus 8. Okay, the bottom line should be 4x. So it should be plus 4x. Don't write this in yet, I just want to explain it to you, and it should be a plus. Okay, so let's pretend I did nothing with the bottom line yet. Okay, so this line shows 4x minus 2y equals plus 8. Okay, so this should be a minus as well. What do I want these to cancel in the end, okay? So if these two signs are the same, all I do is change the signs of everything on the bottom. So this was a plus, I'll change it to what it is.
Minus.
A minus. This one is minus, I'll change it to a plus. This one's a plus, I'll change it to a minus. And then what will happen is you'll find that that will cancel. And you're left with 2x minus 4x is equal to minus 2x. And then I have minus 8 is equal to minus 16. Some people, what I did there, you multiply the bottom by -1, it's the same thing. And how do you find x here? Well, x is just equal to minus 2x is equal to 16. So we had, sorry, minus 2x is equal to minus 16. What's x here, Lynn? How do I find that? Well, it's going to be x is equal to minus 16 divided by minus 2. Yeah, and that will give you 8. We can do that in the calculator. Now, I found my x, what do I have to find out? Y. What do I do? Sub it back into either this line here or this line. You just pick one of them. So I subbed it back here into the first line. That came from the first line. And I find y. Are you okay with finding y there, Sinead?
Yeah.
Liam?
Yeah, fine.
You sure?
Mm.
So then, this is the x I found, which was 8, and this is the y. So that's my point there. So where do they meet? Where do the lines intersect or meet? At the point A12. And 8 comes from the x, which we found up here, and 12 comes from the y. Any questions? Emma? No? Move on? We're nearly there now, I think. How many pages are left in that question? Oh, this is a few. 7, okay.
8.
Tell me something about parallel slopes and perpendicular slopes, Emma.
Parallel never
Yeah. Perpendicular.
meet.
What do you say?
Have to equal minus 1.
If you multiply them, they equal -1. So if I have two lines, like this, and they're both parallel, okay, what can we say about two parallel lines? Well, the slopes are the same. You with me? Do you know what a perpendicular line is, Emma?
It comes down to minus 2.
Yeah, it comes down, so these two lines will be perpendicular. So if the slope of this line, is 4 over 3, how do I find the slope of this line, Sinead? Emma? Remember? What you do is you flip it, okay? So we flip it, 4 over 3 becomes what, Liam?
0 4.
And you change its sign. So if it's a plus, it goes to a minus. If it's minus, it goes to a plus. What one will this go to? Minus. And that's the slope of this line. You okay there, Sinead?
Yeah.
And Sinead, you're right there. See, if I multiply this fella by him, I'll get -1.
You know, on a question in the exam,
Yeah.
will that be on a graph and need to, or will it just be like written in a paragraph?
It could come up anyway. It could be in a graph. You have to be aware of it.
Okay.
I don't know what you need. I don't know how it's going to come up. It could come up in the graph, but you just have to know it. It won't tell you flip it and change the sign. It'll say this line is perpendicular to that. And usually what you'll have to do is you'll have to go find the slope of this line to find the slope of this line. That's usually what happens. So I know, hopefully when we go through a few exam questions you'll be able to see that. Okay? Don't mind that. See all this stuff here? That's all so all I'm saying there is if you multiply the slope to perpendicular lines, you'll get what? -1, yeah. Don't worry about this crap here. And if the slopes are parallel, then if the lines are parallel, then the slopes are the same. Keywords, parallel and perpendicular. Keep an eye out for them. P is 2x minus 2x minus y plus 14 equals 0. Q contains point -1, 2 and is parallel to P. Find the slope of P. What's the key word here, Sinead? Mean? Parallel, yeah. Key word here is parallel. When I think of parallelism, what do I automatically think of? Slopes. Yeah. Parallel or perpendicular, you're thinking of slope. Right. Here's an important one. I'll just put an NB beside it. Right. Sometimes it might help to get a picture of what's going on here. Right. Here, I'm just going to try and draw a rough picture of what I think is going on. Okay? Let me draw. Sometimes a picture might help. P is just a 1, 2, 2, 3, -1, 1, 2, -1. Right. So P is 2x minus 4y. 2x minus 4y. Sorry, 2x minus y plus 14 equals 0. That's a line someplace on the graph. Okay. So let me just draw the line. Let's pretend it's there. Okay. Let's pretend that's P. Q contains point -1, 2 and is parallel to P. Okay, what does contains mean? Okay. It's on the line. Okay, so where's -1, 2? So it's -1, 2. So Q goes through there and is parallel to this line. Okay, so Q might look something. Doesn't look parallel. Okay, pretend they're parallel. Okay, so this is the idea of what I'm going for, Sinead. This is kind of. They'll give you a text in a question, and you just have to try and make sense of what's going on. So just draw a rough picture for yourself.
Okay.
I don't know where P is. P isn't right there, but I just put it to give myself an idea of where it is. You okay with that, Emma?
Yeah.
Right. Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah. So slope of P. How would I find the slope of P? Can I use the formula here, Liam, to find the slope? I'm asking you.
Yes. No.
Well, what do we need for the formula? We need
A y2 and a
we need 2 points, don't we? We need an x1, y1, and a x2, y2. We need 2 points. Have we 2 points here?
Yeah.
Where's 1 point?
2.
No, a coordinate has an x part and a y part. Okay, Emma. We don't have 2 points here, Liam. What is this thing here, Emma? What we have here is, an equation of a line. Do you all see that? Why is it an equation? Because it has an x, a y, and a number. You okay with that, Liam?
Yeah.
Do we know any points that are on P here? Does the question give us any points that are on P? No, Liam? No. Do you see that? We have a point here, but is this on P? It's on Q, so we can't do anything with that. So if we want to find the slope of this line, there is a way to do it. And this is y is equal to mx plus c. And you'll see this here. Okay? Y is equal to mx plus c. Will you just make note of that, actually? It's under the equation of the line. So just what? That's an important one. If we don't have 2 points and we have an equation. You okay with that, Liam? Cool. Right. What do we do? What we have to do is we have to get y. So we have to get. Will you write that in? We need to get a single positive y. Let's update the notes. Missing single positive y. Okay, we need to get a single positive y on its own. So I should write that on its own. On its own, and everything else on the other side. So here, if this is my p here. Do you see where that line came from, Sinead? It came from up here. We want to get y on its own. Okay, is it positive or negative here? Negative. How would I make it positive, Liam?
Change it over.
Yeah, bring it across. So I brought him across there, and y is equal to that. Have I a positive y on its own here, Emma?
Yeah.
Is it a single y? Yeah. So we're done. Now, if you want to write this, the number in front of it, once we have that done, the number in front of x is our slope. Okay. So the number, what's our slope here, Liam? 2. And that's the slope of what? It's the slope of p. Right, so we found out 2 ways to find the slope. If we have 2 points, how would I find the slope, Emma?
The equation.
The thing in the log table, yeah. Liam, if I have an equation of a line, can I find the slope? Yeah, we just did it there. How do we do it? We get a single positive y on its own. So that's the first thing we do. So that's number 1. And then number 2 is whatever in front of our x is our slope. Did any see that before? Yeah, Sinead? Yeah. Liam? Okay, are you all okay with it now? Okay. Right. So if the slope of this line here, on the board here, p, if the slope, what do we found that is? We found the slope of that is m is equal to 2. M stands for slope. What's the slope of this blue line here, Sinead? What's the key word here in the question? It's getting very messy here, sorry. Parallel. Tell me something about parallel lines. All same. So if the slope of P is 2, Liam, what's the slope of Q there? Yeah? You all okay with that? Yeah? Right. Yeah, I forgot to finish that question. Sorry, no, I forgot to finish the question part of it. Will you just scribble in there, find equation of Q? Yeah, that's so messy. The line Q I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm looking for the equation of this line. When I think of equation, Liam, what's the first thing I think of? Okay, in any of these, in the line or the circle, these are your best friend here, okay? So if I see any question, I'm thinking, first of all, I'm going to write down the formula. So I see equation, what do I write down first of all? I write down the equation of the line here, okay? You okay with that? So let me just write this in here. So I have y minus y1 equals n x minus x1. Where did that formula come from? Came from log tables. Okay. Can I just start this question a little bit the same. Let me just start this question again. P is 2x minus y plus 14 equals 0. Q contains a point minus 1 and 2 and is parallel to P. Find the equation of Q. Right. I'm pretending I'm in an exam now and I haven't a clue what's going on, right? First thing, okay, if I haven't a clue, I see find the equation of Q. The first thing I should have done there was write down this formula, okay, for some marks, right? Because I'm talking about equation, I hadn't a clue pretend I haven't a clue. I'd write down the equation, Liam. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Next thing, I'll read through it again. P is 2x minus y plus 14 equals 0. Q contains a point minus 1, 2 and is parallel to P. Okay, then I notice parallel. When I see parallel, I'm thinking of what, Liam? Yeah, the word I'm looking for there is slope. I'm thinking of this fella, right? Still not a bull's notion what's going on. I'm going to draw out this picture, right? I don't know where P is, but I just want to draw a rough picture. Stick P there someplace. And here, I know that Q goes through the point minus 1, 2. So I draw a rough picture there. And I know that they're parallel. Right. Then I go to this Q, and I think, I need two things for the equation of line, Sinead. I need a point, and I need a slope. Right. Then I look at Q. Is this helping you at all? You get an idea? Then I look at Q here, and I think I need a point and a slope. Do I have a point here for Q? Yeah, I do. Minus 1, 2. Do I have a slope? No. Okay. Can I find the slope of Q? Okay, from just looking at Q, can I find the point of Q? Can I find the slope of Q? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I can't find Q directly. So then I know that these are parallels. So can I find the slope of this line? Yeah, I find the slope of P there, yeah, which is the first line. So I can find the slope of that line, Sinead. So then if I know the slope of this line, can I find the slope of this line? Yeah, so that's just the way you should be looking at questions. If you haven't a clue, kind of go through it. I just pretend you didn't know. I thought I'd seen find equations, so I wrote down that formula. I need a point and a slope. I only had a point. Next thing I drew out a picture and just trying to work from that. Yeah, does that make sense? That's just the way you go about answering some questions. Right. Then after all that, I sub it into the formula and I get Q is 2x minus y plus 4 equals 0. You okay with that? Yeah? Yeah. I'm not going to do that question because it's crap. Where will I start here? Go to page. You go to that page there, the one that says formula on top. I'm not too worried. The other stuff will come on exam questions anyway. I just want to write through it. Okay. So we're finding the area of a triangle. Find the area of a triangle, okay? And sorry, the area I'm talking about this triangle back here. You okay with that? I'm talking about that triangle from earlier. Okay. So we can use the formula for this. I think it's in the log tables as well. Yeah, look. Area of triangle, half x1, y2 minus x2, y1 in the log tables. You want to write that down? Just log tables, page 18. Okay, this only works. No, I won't write that. This only works if one of my points of the triangle is at 0, 0. What do I mean by that? Well, if I go back to this picture here, This point here is 2, 2. This point here is 1 minus 2. This point here is minus 1, 1. Okay, do you see that? They came from here. This is part of the question. Can I use the formula on this? Yeah. Yeah, do you know how to do that, Ned? Yeah. Okay, do you all see that? I can't use the formula on that triangle there, Liam. Why? Because for this formula to work, one of the points has to be touching there. Okay? So we can't use it there, so what I have to do is do a translation. Did you ever hear of a translation before? Yep. Liam? So what you do is we pick one point, okay, and we decide to move that one there. Then we just translate all the others. So pick a point. It doesn't matter which point we're picking. So I'm going to pick in y here, which is 1 minus 2. Okay? And I'm going to move that to 0, 0. So how do I get from 1 to 0, Liam? I just subtract 1. Yeah? How do I get from minus 2 to 0? 2. So my translation is minus 1, 2. Are you with me? So then I go to the other 2 points, which is 2, 2, and I translate them. So what was my translation was subtract 1 from x, and then add 2 to y. Yeah? And that's my new x. Same with z. My translation was subtract 1 from x, and add 2 to y, which is 3. And that's my new z. Now this is what the picture looks like after I translate it. See, one of the points is at 0, 0. Can I use the formula now, Liam? Yeah, exactly. So I pick the other 2 points called x1, y1, x2, y2, and I just sub into the formula then. You all okay with that? See these lines here. Do you know what these lines mean? See these 2 fellas here and here? What do they mean? Yeah? Or it also stands for the modulus. So it means if I get a minus number here, just ignore the minus. Or sorry, modulus, absolute value. It stands for modulus as well in complex numbers. Absolute value. Do you know what absolute value is, Emma?
What?
Do you know what absolute value is? Absolute value, okay, absolute value, let me just do it here on the side. Absolute value of 2 is 2, okay? Absolute value of minus 2 is 2. It just gets rid of the minus. You okay with that, Liam? Yeah? Oh, how am I on time? What time are you out of here? It's 2 o'clock. Okay. Have you any questions on that? I know I'm rushing a bit now, but I want to try and get some circle done as well. Can I move on?
Yeah.
Right, I think we're good to go out of the circle now. And after this, I'll get you to do some exam questions. Oh, damn it, I forgot to print out exam papers for you. Right. Huh?
You can find any questions and probably from our exam papers.
Yeah, okay, or I might. Yeah, we'll sort something out anyway. Let me do the circle. Right. Circle and line have some stuff in common. Okay. Can you tell me anything about a circle? Or the circle, or do you know anything about it? Okay. The circle has a radius, okay? Okay, the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Okay, that's on page 19, the block tables. Now you might see something like this, x minus h to be squared plus y minus k to be squared. Did you ever see that? Yeah, do you know what that means? So we have x minus h to be, is it h to be squared? Plus y minus k to be squared equal r squared, I think. That's the formula. Right, what does this h stand for? The x center point. So what do you think the K stands for, Liam?
Y,
Y, centre point. And R stands for what do you think, Sinead?
Radius.
Radius, okay. See this x squared plus y squared equals r squared? This is the equation of a circle if the centre is 0, 0. You okay with that? Right, okay. I think most of the stuff you'll be dealing with is centre 0, 0. So let me just move on here. Okay. Okay, to find the equation of a circle, I need two things. I need a point. Sorry, let me put that up. I need a centre point even. Centre point, and I need a radius. You all okay with that? They're the two things I need to find the equation of a circle. I need a point, and I need a centre point, and I need a radius. Okay.
What's the centre?
Is it, you know, did you ever draw there, at the middle of the circle? I mean,
Oh.
you know, if you draw a compass, you know, if you draw a circle with a compass,
Yeah.
the point, the middle point.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good question. Equation of circle with centre 0, 0. Okay. So one thing here, one thing you have to watch out for, I'll just talk about it and you'll see it in the questions. How would I find, just say the point here is 2, 3. How would I find the radius of that circle? So just say the point 2, 3 is on the circle. How would I find the radius? There, Emma. Or Sinead or Liam. What's my centre point of this circle? 0, 0. What's my radius? 2, actually, yeah. Yeah, it is 2 because out there is 1, here is 2, and up there is 3. But what I was trying to get at there, Emma, is you're right. What I was trying to get there, the radius is from the centre, from the centre point out to anything in the circle, isn't it? That's one radius. That's another radius there, Sinead. That's another radius. How would I find the distance of this line here? Sorry, how would I find the radius is just the distance from here to here. Do we know how to find the distance between two lines? Can we get a ruler and measure it? No. How do we do it? Liam? One of the formulas. Which one? What's going to be the distance formula? I'd use the distance formula here. You okay with that, Sinead?
So to find the radius, use the distance formula.
Use the distance formula. Yeah, I suppose just write that in. To find radius, use the distance formula. Now the point between the centre point and any point on the circle. Do you want to write that in? Between the centre point and any point that's on the circle. Now do we know what I mean by on the circle? I'll wait till you finish writing. Do you know what I mean by on the circle? That's on the circle. That's on the circle. That's on the circle. Is that on the circle? No. Is that on the circle? No, that's in the circle. On the circle actually means on the circle. You okay with that? Liam?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. You'll get questions like this where a line and a circle intersect. Okay? And there's three cases. One of them, it intersects at 2 points. Do you see that picture there? So you could get a line and a circle meeting like that. Or you get a line meeting a circle at 1 point. Yeah? Or that's embarrassing, I don't have it. Or you'll get something like this. You'll get a line and a circle, a line and a circle like that, which means they don't intersect at all. You okay with that? Right. the lines intersect the circle, okay? We want to find out where they meet. How do we find out where two lines meet, Liam, earlier on? Remember how we found out where two lines meet? You can flick back there, we just did it in the other coordinate geometry part, or the line part. Sinead?
Oh, simultaneous.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Simultaneous equation, okay? The stuff here in the notes, you kind of have to know them. You have to know how to find out where two lines meet. They're pretty important. You'll have to know when to use them. Okay, so it's the same thing here. We use a simultaneous equation to find out where a circle and a line meets. Okay, now this one's a little bit different. Why is this one a little bit different, Sinead? Because we have x squared and y squared in it.
Use a linear fashion.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. She's awake. Liam, what we did here a few weeks ago was, this is a linear equation, because it's a line. This is a quadratic equation, because it's a circle. Okay, a quadratic just means it's going to have a curve someplace in it. Linear means it's going to be a straight line. Do you ever do a simultaneous equation with them two? Okay, what you do is, we take the linear one, right? And we either get x on its own or y on its own, whichever one is easier. Do you remember this, Emma?
Yeah.
Which one looks easier to get on its own from here, Liam? Y, because it's less work. So we write y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Now what we do is, we take this 7 minus 2x, okay, and we stick it in for y into here. Are you with me? Okay, so I'll do that on the next page. So here, do you remember from the last page, we had x squared plus y squared is equal to, what was it? 10? No, that's below me. What I did here, Liam, was I kicked out y and I stuck in this fella. Where did he come from? The linear line, yeah? And you okay with that? Now all I do is multiply this out, okay? Do you know how to square this, Liam? So what I do is, what's 2 to be squared, Liam? Which is 2 by 2, yeah? 3 squared is 3 by 3. You get the idea? What's 7 minus 2x to be squared? 7 minus 2x multiplied by 7 minus 2x. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now all I did was multiply, I'm running out of space here. All I did was multiply this out, so it's 7 by 7 minus 2x. Are you okay with how to do this, Liam? And then I take my 7 multiplied by all the second bracket. Then I take my minus 2x multiplied by all the second bracket. So it's minus 2x by 7 minus 2x. You okay with that? Are you sure?
Yeah.
And when I worked it all out in the end, sorry I was being lazy, I skipped a few lines. That's what I get in the end, after I multiply that out. Do you want to just scribble that down, that bit there down? Do you see what I did there, Emma? I just skipped a few lines of work there. There's a quicker way you can do it in your head. You okay with that? So then I bring my x squared plus this. And then what I did was I brought the 10 across, and that's where minus 10 came from. You okay with that? Because I want to, if you remember this, Sinead, I want to get 0 here. So I bring everything to one side. If you want to make note of that, bring everything to one side. How's studying going? You doing much?
Sure.
No? Liam? Have you Euros next week?
In Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, French last week.
How's that go?
Yeah, not too good.
No? Okay, where am I? Oh yeah, then what I do, I tidy up all the x squareds. So I have an x squared and 4x squared. So that's a total of what, Liam? 5x squared. Then I'll do the x's. I have minus 28x and I have nothing else, so it's minus 28x. Then I'll do the numbers. I have 49 and I have minus 10, so that gives me plus 39 equals 0. What does this look like to you, Sinead? You can do it. A quadratic equation. Yeah? Do you see these? You remember these, Emma?
Yeah.
Liam, do you know how to do these?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is look for factors. 2 factors of this fella. What 2 numbers multiply to give me 39? Well, 13 by 3 does. Is there anything else? I don't think so. 39 by 1. Right. Then I look to factors of this fella, which is just 5 by 1. Right, tell me about the signs here, Sinead. This will test you now. If you can remember the signs. Who was the first fella I looked at?
The minus 28.
Okay. No, I looked to this fella here. A plus here means what, Emma?
Yeah, 2 pluses or 2 minuses.
2 minus. A plus here, Liam, means the 2 signs will be the same. So I'll have a minus and a minus, or a plus and a plus. If I had a minus here, it means they're different. So I'd have a minus and a plus, or plus and a minus. I'm not sure yet. So what's the story here, Liam? Are they going to be the same or different?
But
The same. Do you probably have your own way to do these, do you?
I think so.
Are you okay with them?
I'm okay, yeah.
Alright, okay. So then I stick in 13 and 3, and then I stick in 5 and 1, and I'll just check the 2 answers there in the middle. So 13 by x is 13x. Sorry, minus 13 minus 13x. 5x by 3 is minus 15x. If I add them together, I get minus 28x, which is the number in the middle, which is correct. You okay with that? Right, now what I do is let the first fella equal to 0. So I let 5 minus x minus 13 equal 0. And then I let the second fella equal to 0. So x minus 3 is equal to 0. And all I do then is solve for x. So I bring the minus 13 across, becomes what, Emma? Plus 13. How do I find x on its own line? Just divide by 5. Here, Sinead, there's an easy one for you. X. Oh, how do I find x? Just bring it to the other side. You okay with that? Have you any questions on that? Are you sure? Okay. What did I find there? See, I have an x. I have one x there, and I have another x there. What the hell? What is that? Any ideas?
X1.
Yeah. Remember, the question was, Sinead, we have 2 points. Okay. We're going to have 2 points. What we found there was the x part of each coordinate. So this one was 5, this one was 13 over 5. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
I have an x part. What do I have to find? What's missing on me?
One.
Y. Okay. So how do I find y?
So,
We sub it back into. We'll pick the linear equation to sub it back into. So we'll sub it back into this fella here. You with me? You okay with that, Sinead?
yeah.
So I sub it back in, 13 over 5. How would you be with this one here? Emma? Do you remember how to deal with the fractions?
Yeah.
I'd rather hope you tell me.
Um,
Okay.
2 is over 1.
Yeah, 2 over. So here we have 2 by a fraction, Liam. So we put 2 all over 1. How do you multiply fractions? Well, it's top by top, by bottom by bottom. So 2 by 13 is 26, all over 5. Plus, if you want to just make note of that, over 1. Plus y is equal to 7. What don't I like in maths, Sinead?
Bottom.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I didn't do it here. Yeah, we could really be really cheap. We could save ourselves work, and we'll just bring that fella across. It becomes minus 26 all over 5, and then I'll just be cheeky and do that on the calculator, and that's okay to do. It's fine here. When it's not fine is when we have some x's when we can't do it on calculator. You all okay with that? Any questions? Right. So I found so that's one y. Now I have to go back and find the other x. So all I do is sub in this x, 3 for x, and I get this y. So the two coordinates there will be, one coordinate will be 3, 1. The other one will be what? What do we find the other one was?
9 over 5.
What was the x part?
13 over 5.
13 over 5, 9 over 5. That's another coordinate. So they're the two coordinates where the circle and line meet. Be any question on that at all? Liam? No? Okay. Sinead? Right. What's the tangent? Do you do a tech graph? No. Do you ever do a tech graph? No. Do you know what a tangent is?
Where the line touches the circle.
Yeah, at one point. That's what a tangent is. So just be aware, the question might ask, find equation of tangent or something. And all a tangent is a, or they might ask, find if this is a tangent. So they might ask something, is this a tangent? Okay. And what is a tangent? You just have to know what a tangent is. Where the circle meets the line at how many points? 1 point. So it's the exact same, you do it exactly the same way. I forgot to write down the question. Oh yeah, here. Here's the question. So which one of these is my circle, Liam?
2x squared.
Yeah, the x squared one, yeah. The line, Sinead?
X
X plus y equals 3, yeah. Okay, here's something. Just watch out for something like this. We usually like an x squared plus y squared equals. We just like x squared and y squared, really, don't we? What's different about this one here, Liam? There's a 2 in front of it. So all I did here was get rid of them 2's. Can you remember how to get rid of a 2, Sinead? No, we'll divide by 2. Because 2 divided by 2 is 1. If I do it to one fella, I have to do it to him, and I have to do it to them all. So then what will happen there, Liam? They'll cancel, and I'm left with x squared plus y squared equals 9 over 2. You happy enough with that?
Yeah.
Right. This is exactly the same way we get either x on its own or y on its own, whichever is easier. Which one is easier here? Well, it doesn't really matter because they're both fairly simple. Just get x on its own. So x equals 3 minus y. What do I do with this 3 minus y then, Liam? Sub it into what? Into which part? Into which equation? First or second? That first, yeah, good. So I'm subbing this in for x, I'm kicking out x and I'm sticking in that. Same stuff as before. You all okay with that? Can we go on to the next page? Okay, here's the thing. I get 4, after I tidy it up, I get 4y squared minus 12y plus 9 equals 0. I get the 2 bracket to get your factors. Okay, see this here. How many y's do I get? Okay, what I usually do is split them up, isn't it? So I get 2 minus, I'll do this side first. 2y minus 3 is equal to 0, 2y is equal to 3, y is equal to 0 over 2. Do the exact same thing here. 2y minus 3 is equal to 0, 2y is equal to 3, y is equal to 3 all over 2. Oh, sorry, do you see anything there? Both the same. So what does that mean? It's going to be a tangent. Why? Because we only have how many y's, Sinead? Or I know we have 2 y's, but really they're both the same, so really we've only 1. Are you all okay with that? So for a tangent, you're going to get 2 y's, but they'll both be the same. And maybe just to finish that off. Maybe you can do it to finish. Find x part. How do I find the x part, Liam? Go back in. Are you all okay with that? Right. What the hell is How much more to go through there? How many pages?
4.
Huh? 4, that's 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Time 47. I won't get it all done today. What's this thing here? Okay, how would you find the x-intercept and y-intercepts of a circle? What's x-intercept length? An x-intercept is just where a circle crosses the x-axis. Yeah. So if I have a little circle here, the x-intercepts will be here and here. How do I find that? How do I find an x-intercept? Well, all I do is sub in 0 for watching it for y, isn't it? Yeah. So here's my equation of the circle. Sorry, I should write that in. So it's a rough example. And all I do is sub in 0 for y and work it out, and that'll give me x equals something. So all I did there was sub in, so I multiplied this out. Are you okay with multiplying these out now? So this will be x minus 4 times x minus 4. Just watch out for that. It's not x squared minus 16. It's x minus 4 by x minus 4. And I multiply that out, that's where this came from. And then all I do is 0 plus 3 is 3 to the squared equals to 25. X squared minus 8x plus 16 plus 9 minus 25 equals 0. You all okay where these numbers came from? Yeah. Here, Emma, what should I do here? Well, usually when I get to this line, what do I do? I usually factorize it, don't I?
All the cancel.
No. Can you remember how many ways is there to factorize? Do you remember the factorization? We have what's common, difference to squares, quadratic, or the groupings. Remember that? Yeah. No? No, okay. Do you remember if we took out what's common as the first type?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sinead, do you remember that? Which, the what's common, do you remember the first day we were here? We took out what's common. Were you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took out what's common. Then we did the difference in squares, then we did quadratics.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. And then the groupings. So what we do, and remember we use process elimination. So can we use a quadratic on this here? Why not?
We need a number.
We need a number. So he's gone. Sorry, Liam, I'm kind of ignoring you there for a second. We're doing factorizing. How are we with factorizing? Right, okay. So one type of factorizing, Liam, is a quadratic equation like, remember we did a quadratic up here. Can I just, oh, someone's in there. We did a factorizing like, where are we? Here, this was the type of factorizing. Did you know how to do this and get the factors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one type of factorizing. That's called a quadratic.
Yeah.
There's another one where you take out what's common. Another one is difference of two squares. And another one is the grouping, which rarely comes up. Anyways, where are we here in this one? Sorry, next page. Yeah. So I can't use quadratic, so he's gone. So how many is left now? The 4 in total. How many is left? 3. A grouping is the one with the 4 things, Sinead. Does this look like one with 4 entries? No? So he's gone. Difference 2, so there's only 2 left. Difference 2 squares. Is this something to be squared minus something to be squared? No. So what's left? Common. Is there anything common in both these, Liam?
Just 2 x's.
Yeah, so we can take out an x.
Yeah.
X by what gives me x squared? Something by x gives me x squared.
Yeah.
X. So that's why I write down x. X by what gives me 8? X by what gives me 8x?
Minus
Minus 8, yeah. That's one type of fraction. That's taking out what's common. So then what we do is we let the first fella equal to 0, which is we let him equal to 0. Then we let this fella equal to 0. So here I have x equals 0 and x is equal to 8. What do them x's stand for? I'll let you go after this. Oh no, sorry. What do them x's stand for, Sinead? At start of the question, what I know I can write out the full question, I'm lazy. What? These are the x-intercepts. So really what this means, what we found there, what did we do? We subbed in 0 for y. What we did there, pretend this is my circle. Oh, that circle. What we did here was that's x, y. So really what we did here was we found out the point. Hang on a second. I think I got myself mixed up here. X-intercept is where x across the x-axis. So let y equal 0. Oh yeah, yeah. So what we found here was where the circle crosses the x-axis. We found out it was 0 across at 0, 8. What's the coordinate of this though, Emma? What would the coordinate of that fella be?
0.
The coordinate is an x and a y. Coordinate of that will be 0, 0. Here, Liam, it will be 8, 0. You with me? Because y is always 0 on this line. You okay with that? How would I find a y-intercept, Liam? So what in? No, this is... Okay, to find the x-intercept, we sub in 0 for y. To find the y-intercept, I'll just write it in, please. Sub in 0 for x. The y-intercept is different to this line. Are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah.
So to find x-intercept, Emma, what do? We sub in y for 0. To find the y-intercept, Liam, we sub in x for 0. And we work it all out. And we get y equals 6. So what does this mean here? Y equals 6. No. Oh no, y equals 0, y equals 6, sorry. Are you okay with that? You just have to remember to find x-intercept, to find where x-intercept is where x cuts across x cuts where the circle crosses the x-axis and y is 0. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, you sub in x for 0. 0 for x. Okay. Points inside, how much for time there? Points inside, outside, and on the circle. I'll never get this done with the... Mind if I leave this till next week? This part, yeah? I'll go over the other part and do some exam questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Have you any questions on the stuff I did there at all today? I need you to start, I need you to know when, I need you to, not saying I'm nervous off by heart. You need to know when, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say here. You need to know when you can use stuff. You need to know, like you should be able to know off the top of your head is, if the question asks find where two lines meet, you should be thinking straight away simultaneous equation. You need to start getting crispy at that. And you don't have to learn off the formulas, they're all in the log tables. But if you see a question at distance, you're thinking log tables. If you see parallel or perpendicular, what are you thinking of? Slopes. You're thinking log tables then.
Yeah.
You just need, you need to start, I suppose it'll come with practice, won't it? It'll come if you practice some exam questions. Yeah, so I still have a little bit to do, not too much. Okay, I have a question for you. What do you want to cover next? Is there any topic? How we use complex numbers? I's. A plus bi, given the modulus and the De Moivre's, oh no, not De Moivre's theorem P. How are you with that?
See what I do.
You're okay with that? Liam, what would you like to go over? You're easier, yeah? Okay. So someone pick something.